Good morning and welcome to the show. Today is a day where we do Q&A.
Yes.
Do you like my song? Hooray.
Hooray. Happy Tuesday, you guys. Also, happy December 1st. It's crazy. 2020 went by so freaking fast.
It's still here.
Yeah.
I think it's just because...
But December is going to be
But I think it's because when you're running really fast, shit just goes shoo, 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 shoo.
Yeah.
Sarit brought her coach's hat today, you guys. So we're going to get really serious. And I don't have any hair. This is what I would look like with no hair.
You'd still look beautiful.
Let's make a me a match. Find me a find, catch me a catch. Okay. So, what's our first question of the day?
You're so entertaining.
Sometimes I wonder if I'm trying to entertain other people or really just myself. Okay,
Clearly,
I think that one was for me.
Clearly, if you were stuck in a cave by yourself, you'd have fun.
I think that one was for me. All right. So, I want to see who's here live today on the first day of December 2020. Michelle and Charlotte and Gassy and Kelly and Molly and Daisy and Carrie and Michelle and Jen, Andrew in the house. Amelia. Hello, Dolly.
How about
Heather
Brittany
Draper?
Burns?
I said Brittany, didn't I? Did I not? Hi, Brittany. Hi. We got Heather, Karen, Priscilla, Yvonne, Tina, Kimberly, and Danita. And
wait, do we see somebody with a last name Coke and that's not Lauren?
Did we? Caleb Robinson in the house. Monica's in the house. Tammy Bell's in the house. Linda's in the house. I don't think so. There's Brittany. See?
Okay.
No.
Anyways.
Woo!
Katie Stein.
All right.
From Linder, Texas.
And in case you guys are wondering where we get these questions from, in our public Facebook group page, Erin and Sarit, there is a link in the announcements section with a small form to fill out to submit your questions. And these are where we get our questions from. So, if you click on See More on the announcements, you will scroll just a little ways down and you will see that link. If you have questions, click that link, fill it out, takes 3 seconds, and bada boom, bada bing. Okay, first question, Katie Stein.
What do you eat as your pre-workout meal for a weight training session and why?
Ooh.
So before we answer this question...
What is weight training? I'm just kidding.
So before we answer this question, it's cool to learn about what other people are doing, but just because I'm doing it doesn't mean that you should do it.
Amen. Because
everybody has different elements and preferences in their life, and you have to personalize it based off of that.
Mm-hmm.
So for us, what do we eat for a pre-workout meal is actually we don't eat, we drink. Simply because for me, when I go into a workout, having eaten something, I want to puke everything.
Just to be clear, we don't drink. Drink. But it is a liquid form.
Yeah. And we use the X Endurance protein. You do like some kind of...
I make a concoction. I make a full concoction, which consists of, if you're wondering, ground flaxseed, 1 tablespoon, 1 scoop of the X Endurance lean protein, and a half a scoop of the X Endurance collagen and greens. With half water, half almond milk.
I do 1 cup of almond milk with a scoop of chocolate. Recently, to be festive, I've been doing a 3/4 scoop of chocolate and a little over a 1/4 scoop, more like a half a scoop of the vanilla.
Wow. She got that choconilla going on.
Yeah. Chocorchata.
Chocorchata.
Yeah.
Okay, so then during my workout, I drink a combination of the X Endurance Hydro and the X Endurance Focus.
And I just drink the hydro. I don't do that focus thing.
But here's why. Sarit already mentioned, we don't prefer to work out on a full stomach. So I normally don't even drink all of my protein shake before the workout. Some days I will, some days depending on what's happening in the morning. If I'm really hungry, maybe I will. If we start our workout a little later, I will. But I'll normally drink it, like half of it before and then half of it after. And then I'll eat something like substantial a little while after.
Yeah.
Like an hour, 30 minutes to an hour after that. So, and really there's science to meal timing, but it's really unnecessary unless you're in a high level competition sport.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't worry too much about this. This is just what we do. But.
And also, like, you know, this is why when I'm an open book, so I have no problem sharing with you guys how we live our lives. But you have to take into consideration what are your preferences and what is your schedule. Like, we work out relatively early in the morning. We work out basically 30 minutes after we're done recording this.
But we wake up at 4. So, I mean, the alarm goes off at 4. But if we're awake for that many hours, also, like, depends. If you wake up and you go immediately to the gym, it's going to look different than if you are working out in the evening after you've been awake for 12 hours.
Yeah.
So, you know, you have to do what works best for you. Trial and error. Maybe it could be a meal that you eat a couple of hours before you go work out.
Yeah, especially if you work out in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be gassy in the middle of a workout. That's the worst.
And there's
ever had a shitty workout because you got gassy?
One time I was in a competition and I felt like I was gonna shit myself. I really did. I was like, I don't know how this is gonna go.
And what happened? Did you shit yourself?
No, I held it in like a fucking champ.
Did you perform well though?
Yeah. When do I not?
Sure.
When under pressure, right? Like, I gotta go. I gotta go, and I gotta go.
Oh, so after you went, huh?
After I went, I went.
Oh.
This is amazing. Honestly, and you
Every
can also
wolf
say...
is dying right now.
And you can also, like, some people will be like, oh my gosh, don't work out on an empty stomach. It's the worst thing ever. But some people have a really difficult time getting anything in the morning. And if they're going to work out immediately after they wake up, who cares? Like, you have to do what you can be consistent with. And if you can be consistent with it and you're eating regularly and you're fueling yourself properly and you are consistent, you're going to be fine.
Consistency is key.
Yeah. So hopefully that answers the question. Katie? Danita. I saw she's in here. She said butt muscles are on point. Yeah.
Her butt muscles are on point.
It's a shitty situation. Oh my gosh. All right. So, Danita. Okay. You two have mentioned many great reading materials throughout the Espresso episodes, but I would like to ask for another. A gift for any loved one who is clearly, what is it?
Mired?
In negativity and resists putting skepticism aside. What is the number one book that you would recommend that could help someone open their eyes? Something that focuses on lessons like appreciation, gratitude, self-love, positive mindset, while including hard facts that appeal to the logic lovers, people less inclined towards emotion and intuition. I figured if they're given a book for Christmas, it may encourage them to read it and make introspection on those lessons more. Their idea instead of being taught. Thanks in advance. Are you asking for a friend?
Man, I love this question.
This is a great question. I have a hard time with it. But I'm glad we have two brains. Because my brain says, when the student is ready, the teacher will come.
Yeah.
And you can't force anybody to be better. They have to want it. Mm-hmm. So as much as, like, I can't even tell you the amount of times I just want to shake people and be like, do you not see? And I want to help them, but you can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make the horse drink the water. So that's one side of it. Now, you can always give somebody a book. Why are you scooting out the screen? You can always give somebody a book, and it doesn't hurt. So if we could talk about, okay, what would you gift them?
So I really love this question. Danita, are you a mom? This is like such a mom
Good
thing.
God, that was longer than I thought when I was
This is such a mom thing. I feel like I like, this is exactly like how I feel every single day. I just want to change people. But the reality is, and this goes, as you were reading it, I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, okay, so for one, there's two sides to it. Side number one is that all you can do being a leader is do the best that you can, you know, to help and inspire and to inspire cultivating a positive change within somebody else's life. However, by the end of the day, there's only one person who we can control, and that is ourselves. We cannot control how anybody else acts. We can only hope to inspire positive change through our own presence and through our own accomplishments.
I was going to say, do you know the best way to inspire somebody to change is to show them, not tell them?
Do you notice how much she has changed though?
Yes. And I don't know who this person is. We're going to call it a hypothetical person, but hypothetically, if this were a significant other or a child or somebody in your family that you spend a good deal of time with, the best way to inspire them is to not let their negativity affect you negatively and to show them that it doesn't get to you, to show them you can remain positive in shitty situations, to show them that you are on fire to improve yourself, to show them through your actions, not by telling them, because nobody wants to be told what to do. It has to be our idea. When I was a kid and I knew that one of my chores was to sweep the kitchen floor and I had intended on sweeping the kitchen floor, the second my dad would tell me, don't forget to sweep the kitchen floor, I didn't want to do it because I didn't want to be told what to do. I was already going to do it. But now that I was told, I didn't want to do it because I didn't want you to think I was doing it because you told me to. We're fucking stubborn. So the best way to inspire is to show. I do want to give some like book ideas just in case you still want to give a book.
I think we're probably going to give the same one. There's one that, yeah.
The 4 Agreements?
100%.
The 4 Agreements. From Don Miguel Ruiz.
That's the best one, honestly. But again, by the end of the day, and this is how I live my life too. And it, you know, if you want a recommendation, this is what I would recommend. It never hurts to do your part. So get that book, do your part. Of course,
it's like $5.
You'd rather make it a meaningful gift rather than just like something stupid, like another pair of socks. another pair of long socks with cats that they're probably either gonna like throw in the back of their sock drawer or they're gonna re-gift. Like, just being honest, most Christmas gifts are so stupid. Books are so meaningful.
Example, you gifted your brother a book
I did.
several months ago.
I did.
And what happened with that book?
He's slowly like reading it.
How many
now.
months ago did you send it to him?
A year ago.
A year ago.
I sent him Rich Dad Poor Dad.
What do you do with it for the first however many months?
Nothing.
Nothing. You can help. We can do our part to help, but that person has to want it.
Yeah, but it's better to get for my brother, for example, a book versus just like shit, a TV. So what matters is your intention, and if you have done your part, then that's all you can do.
And also keep in mind, when you get somebody a book, it's very suggestive. So when you get somebody a book, it's non-verbally telling them, I want you to learn this shit. Because it's something you need to be better at or improve on or know or whatever. So if I get somebody a book on how to be more sexy, indirectly their thought might be, you think I'm not sexy.
Well, it depends
Right.
on the note that you add with it. If you add a really sweet note and you
True.
put a positive light to it, then that it can totally take that away. Just
True.
saying.
Put a positive light to somebody who's skeptical and
So this is
unwilling to
so
budge.
this is what I would say. And
Here we go. Now we're getting to it.
This is what I
Get
would
the book
say.
and put a note in it.
And by the way, the person who had recommended me the book, it was back in the day when I was still a personal trainer at Equinox, and it was like one of my clients, and she's like a complete like type A like logical person, and like I would never expect that shit to come out of her mouth. But just saying, but you know, she gave it to me, and I started reading it, and I loved it. And it's honestly like one of the most powerful books ever. I hope that each and every one of you guys
It is in
will
our-
read it and apply to your own like, you know, set of beliefs and how you lead your life. But you know,
There is a link to it in our list of books on the announcements too.
Carrie. But where was I going with this?
A note. We're leaving a note.
Oh, yeah. So you can leave a note and you can say, depending on your relationship with that person. Again, I don't know the relationship with that person, but, you know, if your hope is to inspire positive change, then I would say, you know, like, hey, whatever, you know, I've come across this book this year and it has completely transformed me. And, you know, I was thinking about, based off of the kind of the relationship that you guys have like, you know, I care about you so much, and I think that it would add a lot of value to you as well. And just end it however you want to.
That's a really good way to put it. I feel like it would add a lot of value to you. Period. Like, hope you enjoy. Let me know what you think or whatever. Like, just the kind gesture. They may read it, they may not, but
or you can say, I read this book and it really helped me to make so many positive changes this year, and I'd be lying if I said that I didn't think about you a couple of times when I was reading it. So I figured, you know, I wanted to share with you a meaningful gift, and I hope that you give it a read. It all depends on the relationship with the person, but I would insert your experience with it, because that will kind of like neutralize whatever. Because if they take things defensively, well, that's the first thing that they're going to talk about in the book. But, you know, just that way you're welcoming them to read it. It's like, either way, totally cool. I know that it added a lot of value to me, and that's why I got it for you. That's it.
next one
Yeah.
is from Megan. I don't know how to say your last name.
Meyer.
Meyer. From Texas. I hope that this is not inappropriate. Oh, maybe we should read these beforehand. This is going to be good. I hope this is not inappropriate. Oh, but it's not a question. Okay, it's more of a shout out. I joined the Erin and Sarit community last Monday and have been loving what I'm learning and enjoying all of the encouragement that is shared on the Facebook page. On Saturday, I received a call from Crystal. She really inspired me to jump in with both feet. Yeah, Crystal! Her excitement, knowledge, and openness were a breath of fresh air. And she feels like an actual friend. And she's so real. She shared some obstacles on her journey that are definitely relatable. It helps that I learned that she's local too. Oh, yes, she told me about you, Megan. Ooh. She showed me an amazing rooftop tennis court to skate on, and I'm so grateful. I use roller skates as a huge fitness motivator. Anyways, the way she listened and responded on the phone call made me feel like a member of the community and so welcomed. I appreciated her, and I'm excited to learn more about other members of this amazing fitness community. Thank you for putting in your time, effort, and passion. I remember Crystal messaged me right after that call. She's like, I made a new friend. We're going to go skate together.
I remember that too.
That's amazing. You know what? It's incredible, and we're so glad that, you had that experience, and
that is really our intention. Thank you, Crystal, for being who you are.
All right. Rowena Darvin from Michigan. Trying to get back into fitness to tone and lose weight. Where should I start? Has anybody ever had that question before? Trying to get back into fitness to tone and lose weight. Where should I start?
Well, I think considering the timing.
Well, I want to ask, where are you starting from? Okay. This is a tricky question for us because there's so many things that go into it. And I know that maybe that's not the sexiest answer, but I would want to know a lot more. Rowena, are you live with us right now? Drop a comment if you're live with us right now. If you're not, then I want to know, where are you starting? What is the goal? What have you tried that has worked or hasn't worked? How long have you been trying to work on these goals? To tone and lose weight means something different to everyone. So what does that mean to you? Those are the questions that I have. I know an answer that could be very, very basic and efficient and accurate for anybody, no matter where they're at. But I would like to hear from you first.
Yeah, I mean, your questions were great. The reality is, in order for us to give you like a direct answer, like do this, do this, do this, do this, we need to understand this is where I'm at and this is where I want to go. Like in a very clear way. Until then, we can just give you generalized answers. Now, of course, this espresso show is amazing in the sense that, like it can help you to be more motivated to get started in the sense that you feel like you're not alone. So even if it's just like, and again, I'm not sure where you're at, so this is all just assumptions. If you haven't worked out in years or anything of that sort, just by listening to this show and while taking a 30-minute walk or walking during the show, like that at least will get you some action. Considering the timing of things, what I would recommend, if you guys don't know, by the way, tonight we're hosting a live web class at 4 p.m. Pacific time where we're going to be talking about the 4 steps to help you achieve and maintain your ultimate body. So, considering the timing of things, I definitely want to see you there tonight as well. Because we're going to add so much value to you and you're going to learn so much. And that will probably give you direction of, look, by the end of the day, nobody knows you better than you know yourself. And again, right now, we're just making assumptions because we don't know that this is where I'm at, this is where I'm going. Okay, so basically utilize all the free shit that we have and immerse yourself. until you find the right thing. Thank you so much, Lisa. ImproveSolutions.com/body goals to join tonight's live webinar. Okay, but you can always reach out to us directly if you're like, this is where I'm at, this is where I'm going, like, can I get some guidance? We'd be happy to. Just email admin@erinandsarit.com and we'll be sure to help you create a path. But right now, it sounds as if I want to get on a path. I don't know what that path looks like, and I'm not sure what vehicle I need to get in order to get in that path. Do I need to walk it? Do I need to get in a car? Do I need to get in a jet? We don't know. What?
Danita is funny cracking jokes. She goes, I canceled my dentist appointment to make the Zoom call. Fuck my teeth. I'm going to get some mental floss.
Dude, Danita, like, she has made so much progress.
Change. Yeah,
it's crazy.
Dude.
Do you remember
raw transformation, baby?
Do you remember how much of an excuse maker you were like only 8 weeks ago?
We can laugh about it now.
Yeah. And the reason why we do it is because we used to be like that too.
Kelly, just briefly reading through your question. I would submit this on that sheet in the announcement section. But also, hey, Crystal, do you want to reach out to Kelly Fritzler? So we can kind of get a little bit more information on that too, so that we can actually answer that question. Okay. Did we answer that question?
Yes. Well, hey, we hope to see you on tonight's live web class.
And honestly, if you watch this, I hope you do. You can also email admin@erinandsarit.com so that we can learn a little bit more about you and see where you're at and see if we have something that can help you. And that goes for anybody too.
Yeah.
Kelly, you can also email admin@erinandsarit.com.
Ooh, PDX. Doesn't that mean Portland?
Yeah, that's Jenna.
Oh,
the newest member of the inner circle, Jenna.
Yeah.
Yes. This is a good question. Dang.
We're getting some like good life questions.
Okay, so tips for safe COVID dating. I'm asking everybody and getting some really great answers. Best one so far was sending me a sex shop link with the message, nobody loves you like you. I found that to be
a good affirmation. That's true. Oh my god.
Sex shop link.
Amazing.
Okay, well, this is something I haven't thought about, actually.
It really hasn't. We can try to brainstorm. The reality is that, we're off the market. So, from our own personal standpoint, it's irrelevant, but okay, let's think about it. When it comes to dating, the first thing that you have to ask yourself is, what is important to me? What is important to me? Because, for example, and Erin and I talk about it a lot, like if you're a germaphobe, then for one, putting yourself out there on the market will probably mean that it will be in an online format. And, one of the very first conversations that you should have is, like, how do you feel about this entire COVID thing? Like, are you like I wear a mask all the time, like, freak, or freak in the sense that I do not care, like I will walk in a public place without a mask on? The reason why we wear masks in public is literally out of respect for other people.
You could be the crazy that's like, okay, you can wear your mask to dinner, and then you can try to put the fork through your mask. You can not see half of their face. You could be like, well, as long as we... Hashtag I'm 12. As long as we go this way, somebody's going to know what it means. As long as we go this way, our faces are not in contact with one another. That's not, I don't know if you classify that as dating or use a hoe. But, take the precautions that you need to for yourself and be respectful of the others.
So look, the reality is that, you know, dating during COVID, you know, because COVID, it has either directly or indirectly affected everybody. It's something that everybody has an opinion about. Okay? So...
And we're all getting our information.
So if you have an opinion about it, obviously the first thing that I think about is that you would want to date someone who is in agreement about that. Because if you're in disagreement about the first thing that basically is a global affair, then clearly you guys don't think in the same wavelength. So why continue pursuing it? Which is why I'm saying, I mean, if you're dating in this day and age with everything that's going on, then I can only help but to assume that you're probably, unless you're meeting the person through a friend or whatever, it probably started from an online setting. So I would say, you know, like, get to know them. And one of the very first questions that you should ask is, how do you feel about this entire mask thing? Because if you're like, look, when it comes to the mask thing, like, I just wear it out of respect for others, but when it comes to me, quite frankly, I don't care, and you're like a complete germaphobe, then obviously it's not going to work out because you're going to be freaked out around them. Yeah. Or even the other way around. So I would start it from there. Make sure that you're in agreement with regard to that, and make sure you're in agreement with regards to other things. That's how I would take this approach if I was in your position. However, we are off the market, and this is not something that we're dealing with, but I think it's really just, and we talked about it in one of the, you know, relationship conversations, is that you guys, like, in order for you to cultivate a relationship of any kind, you need to be in agreement. That's it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so that's it for questions today. Whoop, whoop. We have remember that we have the free live web class tonight at 4 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Thank you guys for joining the show. We hope that you've had an amazing start to your week. Tomorrow, we will be meeting you again for a conversation regarding the moolah. The moolah, cash money, skrilla, cheese, bread, whatever you want to call it.
So tomorrow we're going to be talking about that. But in the meantime, we hope that you join us this evening at 4 p.m. Pacific time, 5 p.m. Mountain time, 6 p.m. Central time, 7 p.m. Eastern time.
Nice time zone math.
For an entertaining and information-filled web class. It's going to be fun. It's going to be educational, and we hope to see you there. Spaces are limited. So if you're like, this is important to me, then I challenge you to actually get into the room early, because we want to make sure that you get to watch it. All right, you guys, if you haven't already signed up, then make sure to do so right now. ImproveYourSolutions.com/body goals. ImproveYourSolutions.com/body goals. And we will see you tonight and tomorrow at 6:30. Have a great day, you guys.
Bye.